see what happens now.
All right. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions. I have a shocking number of thoughts and opinions, and I'm big takeaway is that I think this is okay. Well, obviously, like all week zero caveats aside, I think this is a really good example of how the sort of like high variance nature of explosiveness can sometimes be like a siren song, because you see Austin P in this game, like obviously winning the quote unquote momentum battle, whatever that means, and obviously winning the explosiveness battle, but I think, ultimately, what do they have to show for it? Like a 4-point lead, right? And I think really this game is sort of characterized by its lack of efficiency. And I think from just a pure stats perspective, which that's the thing that we do. That's a really interesting way to approach, like, think about it, right? Because
well, it started off with a bang. I'm showing everybody the 75-yard play, and I'm sure everybody got a chance to see it. So it's like, that was pretty much there was some awesome plays on offense too, but yeah, exactly. I mean, both times they got down inside the 10, inside the 20, and just started running the ball right up the middle. I mean, it was just awful. And
I think it's pretty clear that Central Arkansas has a huge disadvantage on the lines. I can't believe that I'm about to do this much analysis on a Central Arkansas Austin P game, but I think that
I'm here for.
I think that this is another problem, is like when you stick to your game plan too much after that you come in with. I think Central Arkansas is trying to do the we're going to establish the run thing up the middle, and especially when they do these little like slow developing. If this sounds familiar to you, these little slow developing shotgun read plays are just not working when you're getting whipped up front, and crazy. I don't know what other observations do you have. I mean, if Central Arkansas's offense or quarterback is like 20% more accurate, they're probably winning right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like his impression is that like this is the perfect college football game. Like because there's a chance, right, at any time that this whole circus is getting shut down and we're not going to have another game. So it's
hell yeah, a chance.
I've gotten 2 bobbled snaps. I've gotten a punt beyond the line or behind the line of scrimmage. I've gotten a 75-yard touchdown run out of a full house pistol backfield. I've had 2 consecutive turnovers on 2 consecutive plays. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful college football.
Hey, y'all want to get Tony Waller from Waiting Since Last Saturday on here?
Yeah. Does a bear shit in the woods?
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna text him. He said he was available. I hope that means that he's willing to jump on.
Yes.
Did you share the link?
I'm about to. Okay. What are your thoughts there, Josh?
I hated when they got. I mean, Central Arkansas. Austin P got down there and ran it 3 straight times, right up the middle with nothing. I mean, they had a chance to really step on their throats and put them behind the and make them. And they got so conservative, and they had run the ball. I mean, they passed the ball. They were thank goodness they got a field goal. But if you miss that field goal, which we know field goals are not a given in college, it's just a devastating blow. But they got the field goal, but it's just awful to watch them, be creative in between the 40s and just try to run it up the gut. Like James Coley commented, I can't remember. My Twitter was going crazy a little bit, but somebody 2 people commented on the Twitter, the James Coley. But of course that was on Central Arkansas. They did the same thing. And of course that was a terrible decision to throw off balance, on first down. That was awful. Well, so it's real sloppy. I mean, you can see clearly a difference. I mean, we were watching the high school game versus St. X and out of Ohio, and
was that the Broken Arrow game?
Yeah, that was like more. That looked better than some of these plays, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think to me the interesting thing, it's like Austin P was 5-point underdog by the time the game kicked off, and if you look at this game, like they probably should be up, I don't know, 17 points maybe. I mean, the 2 field goals that Central Arkansas have gotten were just off of like stupid Austin P. Well, they had that one decent drive down, but I mean the two bad punts and all that, it's like they've kept them in the game. But it was a really interesting experience for me this afternoon because I was like, I'm gonna gamble on this game because just
because why not? Yeah.
It might be the only chance I get. So, I'm like perusing Twitter for COVID rumors, and like the reason that Austin P became a 5-point underdog from a 3-point underdog was because there was this giant rumor out there that there was a huge outbreak of COVID on their team and that like a ton of star players were sitting. The one wide receiver.
Did you get Austin P in the points?
I took Austin P on the money line at plus 170.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a good bet. It looks like coming in.
I know, but this long
I would take the buyout on there. I don't think Austin P is gonna. They've been given every opportunity to destroy this team and be out in front, but they're still.
See, this is the point, right?
I'm showing the Snead up the middle, and I'm just showing this awful series down inside Central Arkansas's goal line where they just didn't do anything. I'm sorry. I'm just showing you.
Well, I mean, TV. The point is that. And this is my original point was that check and see if Tony's trying to get in, by the way. If I did send him the link. I just want to make sure that my original point was that your explosiveness doesn't mean anything unless you're getting points off of explosive plays. Your explosiveness doesn't mean anything statistically, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just noise. And so even the most explosive teams are good at converting drives, right? And that's an element of efficiency. And this kind of goes back into the whole Chapel bell curve mantra of if you win the efficiency battle, you win the game. If either one of these teams can run it for two yards of carry, 3 yards of carry, it's probably a 10-point game, right? I mean, and that's I think this is a good example of a hella college football game because it's so college football, and B, just a game that is, really defines the way that the statistics work in football.
Yeah, no, it's a really good case study, so to speak. Here we go.
Oh God.
Oh, gentlemen.
Tony.
Nice.
Oh, it's
what's
so powerful.
happening?
We are joined on our I presume everyone is drinking at this point live stream.
I'm gonna just put some plays on the screen till I get this.
Everybody drink of the battle hymnal by waiting since last Saturday. Great Tony Waller. Heck yeah.
How's it going?
It's going well, guys. It's going well. We're just we were talking about stats, but if you have any non-stat bullshit you want to throw out there, we are ready for it.
Please.
I mean, I think the only stat we need to know is one game. We're at halftime.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a counting stat year where it's just if we can get to 20 games, we feel played totally in the nation. We feel really good. You know what I'm ready for is that BYU Navy game is going to be the nut punchingest game of all time. It's just going to be a bunch of 180-pound white guys just beating the hell out of each other, and I'm so here for it.
I am
dying
over here.
I mean, BYU, of course, is the dirtiest team of football, and
hell yeah, they are.
And I don't judge that. I'm just saying they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait.
Yeah, man. It's good to hear from you, Tony. It's been a while, man. How are you feeling about? We haven't talked about this really with you guys, but how are you feeling about this season writ large? How long you feel like we're going to get into it here?
So, it's funny. I was reminding my father-in-law today that because they live in Big Ten country, and he was like, the SEC is ready to play. I'm like, we've kind of really only said we're going to practice. And but the closer we get, I mean, the closer it looks, the more it looks like we're having football. And I mean, it could be the fact that it's 10:45 on a Saturday night and we're watching a college football game. It could be the bourbon, but it feels like it's getting close, right?
What's the bourbon on this Saturday night, Tony?
It's I'm drinking a little Blanton's because
Nice.
Well, I mean, if you got to pull it out sometimes, right?
I want to feel pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
And, the fun part is, I decided a long time ago, it didn't matter to me whether or not, I want Georgia to play and I want us to have football, but Austin P and Central Arkansas can play 24 more times. And
I will watch every damn game. 100%. Yes.
It's just amazing. And I want, I I want people to clearly know that I am squarely on the Let's Go P bandwagon, and just because that's what we do. Even though Central Arkansas is playing two different teams twice, which I respect the hell out of.
Yeah, and they got that gray turf, baby. The gray turf gang.
I'm sorry, this is not Scott. The turf doesn't matter to me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is not uniform talk time, because I'm ready for that shit too. We get Scott on here.
Okay,
we go wild.
So give us can you tell us anything about the Redcoats? Since just to change the subject a little bit.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
So we're not on the field. We're not going to be playing any field or halftime pregame at this point in the season. They have left the language open so that it is possible at some point this year, but who knows what that means. It seems like there is going to be a band presence at the game. What that looks like and how many that is certainly up for debate. I would say I can confirm that will almost certainly not be the whole 400-person band. And that, it has been a real, since I know you guys did, Tony, I know y'all did a Redcoats episode, but everything you guys outlined with Brett, which was great, like none of that has happened. Like we haven't had a traditional band camp. We haven't even met in person this year yet, and we're trying to. So we'll see. It sounds like we're planning on getting out there, but everything is so tenuous at this point. And the problem, of course, being that with a 400-person band, like a lot of these kids live together, right? So if you have one person go down, you're probably just going to cancel band activity for 2 weeks, because all of these kids live together, or they drive together, or they eat together, or they're in dorms together. And so like the tenuousness of it is extreme. We're doing the best we can. We're going to do some kind of Redcoats thing regardless of what it looks like. And hopefully we will be at the games, fingers crossed, but who knows exactly what that is going to look like going forward. We are doing some pretty intense geometry, I think, on trying to socially distance at this point is where we are in the process.
Well, we're not breaking news, but it was nice to get some news on the Redcoats. Graham, you still thinking your money line's going to hit?
I still think Austin P at plus 170 is looking good. It's looking better than if I was at took Central Arkansas on money line. So
hey,
I'll lay the points.
Can we talk about the victory formation, full house formation that they're running Austin P on like every other snap? Because I freaking love it.
It's beautiful.
It's like a diamond backfield with an inversion. It's a work of art.
It has me even more excited for Todd Monken, because if you go back and look at his Oklahoma State days, he did a lot of full house so he could get Justin Blackman one-on-one on the outside and would just eat corners up with it. So I'm hoping some of that next year.
Yeah, we definitely saw some two-back sets back there. I'm showing the 75-yard TD run from the first play from scrimmage there on that note. It was nice. I thought we were going to see some high-powered offenses, but it's it's kids playing football.
What, that dude has 89 yards and 75 of them on the first play, but going back to the full
that's a Leonard Fournette Jacksonville Jaguar line.
That is not wrong. Thinking about the that the way they're loading up the backfield. One of the interesting things I keep thinking about with Monken, especially with Blaylock going down, it's just how much Cook's going to get the ball now, and how much he needs to get the ball, and what he's doing with him, what he can do with him. It wouldn't be surprising at all if we come out in our first play from scrimmage with two guys in the backfield, and you put Samir White out there in the slot just to confuse people.
I find that to be sexually exciting, Tony. Carry on.
Well, and that's why I said just for you. And
Blaylock going out definitely should open up a lot more touches for Cook. I was hoping. Surely he was going to be in there anyways, but he can definitely pick up some touches and make some plays. I'm excited for that possibility for sure.
Can we just talk about a rumor that I know that Josh retweeted today about, that there was in the scrimmage today, in the UGA scrimmage today, that Cook scored a triple option touchdown.
That was Graham's retweet.
Was that Graham?
Yeah.
Run the triple. Hashtag run the triple, you cowards. Do it.
God,
Yeah.
I will look like the Cajun from Waterboy if that happens.
Oh yeah, just nipples out, full on, clamped
Yeah, I'll
up,
be like,
ready to go, baby.
Well,
it will happen.
we know that Jerry Falwell will be a Giant fan if we run the triple this season.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there's at least two. There's two other people in the room, so he's going to be excited.
Exactly.
He's gonna. He won't get there until the pool boy gets there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he must have been really excited by all those Austin P plays with 4 guys in the backfield. It's like, oh, 1 is great, but 3 more. Holy crap.
So excited.
I'm sorry. I don't want to kink shame, but it is pretty funny.
No, I mean, the funny part is every time I do that, I'm like, I'm kink shaming, right? I don't, but it's Jerry Falwell, and it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I'm not making fun of him because of his sexual picadillos. I'm making fun of him because they directly contradict the way he's lived his life for 45 years.
I'm kink shaming him for kink shaming me.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Turns out I could have been watching porn this whole time, Jerry, because you're watching the pool boy rail your wife. So I guess there are no rules.
I mean, we don't know for certain they weren't over in the corner, talking.
Right. We've taken a turn.
All we know.
Can we retitle this episode? Josh learns a new term. Hashtag kink shaming.
Heck yeah, baby! Don't yuck yums. That's rule number 1. That's Chapel Bell Curve rule number 1. We don't yuck people's yums.
This is canon.
I mean, speaking of the triple option, I mean, Hugh Freeze is the happiest guy in football, right?
Oh my God, right? I bet Hugh Freeze is just like, I can do anything. I can rob a bank now. I can just walk down the streets of where's it? Alexandria is where Liberty is. I can't remember where in Virginia. Just walk down that town street buck ass naked. No fear in that man's heart.
Yeah,
well, he's at a private university. It's not foyable. His cell phone records aren't foyable.
He you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna coach the whole season from that dentist chair he was in, and just like because he can, like hedonism bot from Futurama. Exactly.
But on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
Boys, I still think Central Arkansas is going to cover, and I'm not going to yuck. What would you say? Yuck! Don't
yuck yums.
Yuck yums. Okay, I'm not going to yuck yums my -4.5 on the Bears.
I really hope that Justin sees this, because what you are doing is what Justin's job has been for the past 3 years, which is
to get a dog clicker
to rein me in.
Like, hey guys, I have a question. What's the price of stamps?
Oh Jesus! Oh no, I get it. I watch that. No. I watch congressional hearings, but I'm not the Postmaster General, so fuck that. Also, my wife kind of controls my life, so she does all the bills. So I have no idea. I just make the money and come home. Basically.
Oh my God.
All right. I think
thanks for
joining us, Tony.
You does not come home until the pool boy does? Jerry Falwell.
God.
Now
I know this is not true. Like, statistically, you can't spend that much time having sex and get enough fluids in. But now I'm just imagining that Jerry Falwell's life is like the setup to a bad porn. Like, his whole life is like that. His wife is just always putting on suntan lotion. It's always summer. Like, he's always wearing like Dockers and shorts that are like a little too small, and his pockets are poking out, because that's like the modern day cuckoldry sign. I feel like if you're wearing dark shoes with no socks and your shorts are so small that your pockets are poking out, like, you want to watch somebody fuck your wife. Like, absolutely 100%. Like, there's no doubt. All right.
I got nothing.
Oh, it's the second half, guys.
I should put the bar. At some point, I've got the bars button. I can just go beep.
You really should have done that.
Please stand by. I'll work on that.
My wife has walked into the room to ask me what's wrong with me.
Oh God! All right, that was fun.
Not a damn thing.
Tony, it was a pleasure being with you guys, and maybe we'll get our shit together a little more next time.
I'm gonna lose my job. See you later.
All right, guys.
Bye.